And for our next story tonight, let's talk about the Hermit Kingdom. Apparently, North Korea is building a nuclear weapons stockpile. At least, this is what South Korea believes. Seoul has said that Pyongyang is accumulating large quantities of weapons-grade uranium, about 2,000 kilos of highly enriched uranium, meaning uranium at a purity of 90% or higher. And experts say that this is happening as leader Jong Un pushes to expand his nuclear arsenal. What's behind this? Our next report tells you.
The year was 2006. North Korea conducted its first nuclear test. And then came a raft of United Nations sanctions, banning Pyongyang from developing nuclear weapons. But the Hermit Kingdom ignored them. While its economy became crippled and malnutrition spread across the nation, North Korea quietly upgraded its weapons system, with several tests of ballistic missiles capable of delivering nuclear warheads, as well as underwater drones, submarines, and warships capable of launching nuclear weapons. Of course, North Korea has never publicly disclosed these details. But now, South Korea has largely confirmed them, saying that its taciturn neighbor has accumulated large quantities of weapons-grade uranium. Uranium is the key material used to produce nuclear warheads. When its enrichment is pushed to more than 90%, this concentration is termed weapons-grade. This sets off a chain reaction, which leads to a nuclear explosion. Seoul intelligence believes that Pyongyang has highly enriched uranium at a purity of 90% or higher. With a 2,000 kilogram stockpile, that's enough for roughly 47 nuclear bombs. Intelligence reports also say that North Korea is operating 4 enrichment plants. And this only adds to outside assessments about Pyongyang's covert atomic operations. Last year, North Korea released some photographs. They showed a uranium enrichment facility. This was the first such disclosure in more than a decade. Earlier this year, North Korean state media again reported about leader Kim Jong's visit to a nuclear material production base. That's when Kim called for overfulfilling the plan for producing weapons-grade nuclear materials. And analysts began scrutinizing the photos. They noticed that the 2 plants were different, meaning North Korea had built additional uranium sites. And now, South Korea has put the number at 4. But as Kim pushes to expand his nuclear arsenal, many are worried, particularly South Korea and the West. When South Korean President Lee Jae-myung took office in June, he promised a dovish approach towards Pyongyang, as compared to his hawkish predecessor, Yoon Suk-yeol. So now, Seoul has reiterated that stopping North Korea's nuclear development is an urgent matter. But it has added that sanctions will not be effective. The only solution lies in dialogue. Like a summit between Pyongyang and Washington. Since 2019, international diplomacy to end North Korea's nuclear program has been stalled. That's when Kim and President Donald Trump, during his first term, could not agree on how fast North Korea should denuclearize, and when Washington should lift sanctions in return. And this has effectively left Pyongyang's nuclear expansion unchecked. During his second term, Trump has repeatedly expressed interest in talks with Kim, but his counterpart hasn't shown much interest in dialogue until recently. When Kim said that he will return to the negotiation table, but only as long as the U.S. does not demand that North Korea surrender its nuclear arms. So as North Korea grows its nuclear capabilities, the world faces a familiar, yet increasingly dangerous dilemma: how to contain a nuclear-armed nation before it's too late.
Firstpost now available in 9 languages on YouTube. English,
Stands at $36 trillion.
French,
Le FMI, comme
German,
Geschäftsführenden Direktor
Hindi,
$30 trillion ka karjo.
Indonesian,
Pemerintah tanpa pemeriksaan
Italian,
sekali radikali.
Japanese,
$4 兆ドル以上も
Portuguese,
por causa do próprio balanço patrimonial.
Spanish.
Beautiful bill.
Go to Settings, click on Audio Track and select a language of your choice. Be the first to know what's happening around you in your first language. Firstpost.